Good morning, everyone. I would like to ask a favor right off the bat in this video. Please listen to the end. This video is probably going to be, at least to me, will be one of the most important videos I've ever made. And it's coming from my heart. I want to talk about coming back to YouTube. And I made a video, I think it was in the third video, I commented about how the comments surprised me. It wasn't expected. And then the last video did the same. The comments surprised me. I didn't expect it. And I have struggled since the last video. I really wanted to make a video immediately, but I hesitated. I thought it'd be better to wait and really go over it, but it never does for me to plan anything. My videos tend to be spontaneous, and this one is. I know what I want to say, but I don't even have any notes. So I'm just gonna give it to you like I always do. I would like to start off by a few quotes from the Bible. You will know them by their fruits. It's not what goes into a man's mouth that defiles him. It's what comes out. What comes out of a man's mouth proceeds from his heart and his mind. From his chakras. And that's what I want to talk about. I have really been growing since I've been away from YouTube and understanding of how all of this relates to us, why it's so important, and why it's been given to me to share to you. It's been given to me to understand it. And I'm not the only one. Statistics 101, there's no such thing as an original thought. If you're having a thought, there are at least 9 other people, statistically, that are having the same thought. Or idea, concept. Back to the comment section. And how I've changed. I was not an astrology person. I was definitely not a chakra person or tarot person or anything that would be remotely considered what would be categorized as New Age. And I'm not, because I don't understand none of that. I don't understand astrology, Western or Vedic. I understand alchemy, and I understand that zodiac is nature's magic alchemical circle, and we have one inside of us, and it relates to our chakra system from the root to the crown, root, stem, and crown. And I have really been getting in touch with mine. I think maturity, menopause, has a lot to do with it for me. Plus the isolation. There's a lot of factors involved. Nonetheless, it seems now I have this strange ability that when I look at something, I know immediately what chakra it's related to. And I found it very fascinating. In the first video, where the comment section, that each comment, I was instantly able to look at that comment and know exactly which chakra it came from. And this is what I saw. I saw everybody watching the video, and we're going up the ladder. we're in the air. We're going up. This is the message. This is what we're supposed to be doing. But life triggers us. You get triggered and you get snatched off. You fall off. You get hit by an arrow. You get temptations. Just the triggers of life. And most of them, not all of them, most of them that are getting triggered and pulled off are from the two lowest chakras, the root chakra and the navel chakra. Mars, emotions, and Jupiter, desires. What you think you want. And that tends to fall in the questions. You want me to tell you something or validate something, and it's a desire. And the others are just what I would call, coming from the root chakra, emotionally triggered. People that got emotionally triggered by something I said, or something they assumed I said, their interpretation of what I said. Nonetheless, it made me realize really quick, over any amount of YouTube analytics, what's going on, and how vast it was. And me going through the comment sections, there were a lot more falling off the ladder, staying in the upper chakras, than there were making it to the top. Okay, and that's the point of this whole game of life we're playing. This is the way out. Everybody's talking about the black cube and reincarnation and recycling and getting off the circle. Life is about transmutation. And you don't want to get off the circle till you've completed it. Otherwise, it's like being born with birth defects. You're not whole. You cheated. You didn't come in the right way. You're going to be lacking. You're going to be wanting. Each of us are born with lessons to learn. That's why this place is hard and there's suffering, because there is no better teacher than experience. That's why we're here. Life it's about the experience. But great teachers, not just in religion, but philosophers, and there have been great teachers that teach us these truths throughout written history. But there is no greater teacher than life itself. And life can be understood. It's about nature. And nature has a language. Nature speaks to us. And it speaks to us in what we would call alchemy and symbology. Nature is a repetitive cycle. There's no such thing as evolution. We mutate, we transmutate from one state of being to another physically, and from one state of being to another consciously or spiritually in our souls. And we need to complete these things without cheating. Nobody can walk your life for you but you. Jesus told you, I'm the truth, the way, and the light. The life. The light is within men. It's the life within us is the light. We are the light. We're just a tiny spark, but we need that spark to grow. And this construct we're in, with the games people play with us, they're trying to stomp our light out. The biggest assault that is occurring right now is an assault, believe it or not, it's an assault on femininity. because they're giving us toxic femininity. They're giving us, they're trying to take over women reproducing. They don't want women to reproduce anymore. They want to take nature's DNA and get rid of it. They want to get rid of the RNA part. They want to change that. They don't want us birthing anymore. They want to recreate it in their own image. And these are what the Bible would call the sorcerers, the pharmakia. This is their goal. Even the Bible tells us this. It's actually the first prophecy, or if you want to call it that, in Genesis. The God that is speaking says, I will put enmity, my enmity, between the seed of the serpent, DNA, and the seed of the woman, RNA. And we're also told in Daniel that this evil antichrist or whatever that will come will be no respecter of women. They rape the earth. Earth and water are feminine, and that's what they're destroying. The oceans and the land. And you really can't destroy it, because it will just start the transmutation cycle all over again. That's how this thing works. It's basically never ending. It's just understanding what cycle you're in right now. And we're all in a Pisces Virgo cycle that's being subdued predominantly by a Gemini Sagittarius cycle. It's a hermaphroditic Gemini being superimposed as femininity, and it's not. It's a transmutation of the lower chakras instead of a transmutation of the inner chakras. Let me put up Chakra Man here. Going up the ladder, you're going up. That's why it's 7 up. And we're here in Pisces. This is where we should be. But again, from the comment section alone, there were so many triggers that I would consider lower chakra, root chakra. Now, let me emphasize, these were not bad comments. Just looking at them, they're not bad comments. Most of them were questions. Not bad questions. But the thing about it is where you were at mentally. This is what triggered you. I feel I need to bring it to your attention. I'm not going to call anybody out or point any fingers, because there's really not anybody to call out or point fingers to. It's just an observation that I've made that weighs heavy on me, because this is what you really need to get. I would like to stop here, shift gears, and talk about one of my favorite authors. One of my favorite authors who wrote a lot of children's books. He wrote a lot of other books. You'll probably know him best for what we call Willy Wonka, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Roald Dahl. And he wrote a book called The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. I suggest you all read it. It's an excellent book. Now, I'm from just pop-ups on the side, I've caught that Netflix, it was a trailer for Netflix, has actually made this into a short. I think it's about 45 minutes long. But this is much better. Netflix does not do this justice at all. It's entertaining and it's cute, but no. You need to read this. Or the audiobook alone is great. I like Lewis Kirk channel that does this. Now, it is about focus and controlling the mind. That chattering monkey. It's hard. I understand how hard it is. And I know that I don't over expect for you. I don't expect everybody to understand this the way I do, or to be able to implement it the way I do, because we're each walking our own path. But I feel like what I'm trying to say, you're not getting me. You're hearing what I'm saying, but you're not getting what I'm saying. And I cannot stress to you how important this is. When you understand the signs of the times, the symbols of the times, alarm bells are going off everywhere. Now, if you focus on the negative, and it's not that negative is bad, but if that's where your focus is down here, then those are the only doors that are going to be open to you. You need to stay up here. This is the time. It's time. The next few years are going to be some of the hardest we've ever been through. It's a time of testing, trials, tribulations. These are tests. Now, we're manifesting this crap as we go. If you're down here and you're focused on all the stuff that triggers fear, that triggers desire, or even lack and poverty, if you fear and you're focused on those things, that's what you're going to manifest. That's going to determine your fate, your outcome as we go through this. We're going through the fire, okay? And nobody can explain better what I want to say about going through the fire than Roald Dahl and the wonderful story of Henry Sugar. And it's not very long. I'll leave a link for it. 2 hours of your time. You won't regret it. And it's something I've been telling you from the beginning. If you want to manifest something, you have to focus on that one thing. And unfortunately, with our chattering monkey minds that never shut up, our conscious minds that we are not able to focus, it's hard to manifest. You got to be focused on that one thing. And I clearly see that from the experience in my own life. When I opened my third eye, I had one objective. There was only one. I was spent from the root chakra up. There was nothing left. I was empty. I had no attachments, no desires, no emotions. I'd become completely stoic. I'd got to the point there's nothing left. There's even no more tears. I'm not afraid of anything. I was chasing death. I had one thing. I want out. I'm done here. And boom. That was it. None of this would suffice. None of these lower chakras could come close to keeping me here. I had conquered every single one of them because I was focused and I only had one thing. And that's what that story is about, really, is how to focus the mind. And it's got to be that one thing. And it actually goes through of how you do that. How you do that. Now, my problem with manifestation is I don't have that one thing. There's not one thing I want here. The only thing I've ever wanted here was to get out. But I also don't want to leave having to do it again. I don't want to have to start all over. And that's like finishing a whole grade and you flunked it, so you got to go back and do the whole thing over again. It's just crap. Who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? So it's important to me that I stress to you that whatever you do, what's coming out of your mouth, your very thoughts that's coming out of your mind and your heart that proceeds out your mouth or proceeds to those fingers on that typing board, they're a witness against you. It's easy for me. I clearly see, okay, you're on this chakra and you're spinning this way. You're on this chakra and you're spinning that way. And it's a bit overwhelming for me, actually. But it's not just comments. It's anything. This is why I don't listen to the radio. And I don't watch television or what you would call fear porn or any of that. It doesn't serve me. I don't watch politics. I don't watch about what all they're doing with these wars. They're going to do what they're going to do. If I'm going to watch them, then all I'm going to do is feed that egregore, give it more power. And that's not what I want to do. Now, yes, I've been having dreams. I've been having them my whole life. And they can be very fearful. But they don't trigger me. I'm not triggered by them. But I know how one can be. Now, here's what I want to tell you. That it doesn't matter where you are. It never did. It doesn't matter where you are on the outside. It matters where you are on the inside. Because if you're in the upper chakras, then you'll stand. 1,000 will fall by your right side and 10,000 by your left side. You will stand. And that's the only way you'll stand. You can be in a bunker with enough food to feed you for 20 years and all the supplies you need. But if you're down here, you're done. Doesn't matter. Because this is what you're going to manifest. You stay up here, you can walk through the fire. You won't get burnt. You won't smell like smoke. But you got to stay up here. You got to get over this. Stop feeding it. This is the bad wolf inside of you. The one that's full of fear and need and want and desire and sexuality and just that outer ego-driven life. And we all got to do this. We all got to work. We all got to pay the bills. We all got to deal with other people. We all got to deal with situations and our health and everything. And so, yes, we have to deal with this. But to overcome that root chakra, you have to put a leash on that dog. You have to, and that takes courage. How do you conquer the root chakra? You conquer it with courage. No fear. No fear. There's nothing to fear. What most people fear are pain, suffering, and death. And pain and suffering's the hard part, but if you're focused on them, you're only going to manifest more. And death is the easiest thing you'll ever do. It's the best roller coaster ride you'll ever go on. It is the best. It's the prize. So we look at death as something horrible. Well, if you're down here, when it comes, then yeah, it's going to be pretty horrible. But you manifested it. And your comments tell me where you're at. And it surprised me. It here's the proper word. It grieved me. I've been grieving since my last video. It hurt my heart. I don't know any other way to say it. It disturbed me. And again, not that it was bad comments. It's just, I saw where they were coming from. I saw their source. And it's important to me that if I can do anything for you, if you can just watch my videos, that it picks you up here, not shoves you back down here. I would never want to make a video that would trigger your root chakra. That would be totally defeating my purpose. And I know I've made videos like that, but I've come a long way and I understand it now. I understand what we put out there is coming back to us. It's not about our lives on the outside or in this world. Those needs will be met. Fear not. I have to put what helps me through my grieving, because I'm serious when I tell you that, is knowing that, again, the book of Gospel of John, my favorite book of the Bible, all that the Father giveth me, I lose nothing, save one, that son of perdition. I lose nothing. So in the end, it all comes out in the wash. But I'm trying to get as many people up that ladder as possible. Get you off of those pillars. Down here, they're ruling the two pillars. This is water and fire down here. These are the two pillars of Freemasonry. Those are the twin towers. And they, along with the sun and the moon, they took them down and made an eclipse out of them. If you make an eclipse out of the sun and the moon, you're making an eclipse out of Jupiter and Mars. You're mixing desire with sexuality, desire with emotions, empire, expansion, more. And this is what we have to conquer. Let's go up here and talk about the throat chakra for a minute, because this is the hardest one, really. Especially the older you get. It's easy when you're a child, because you don't have a huge vocabulary or comprehension level. So your words tend to be minimal, to the point, and truthful. But again, it's not what goes into a man's mouth that defiles him. It's what comes out. I'm going to say that again. It's not what goes in your mouth that harms your soul. What goes in your mouth feeds your body. That's this down here. What you put in your mind is far more important than what you put in your body. What you put in your mind, watching fear porn and all that, triggers this lower chakra. You're spinning your crown chakra backwards by feeding it that crap. It don't want that crap. It wants things of the heart and up. It wants love and gratitude and joy. This place could be a wonderful, happy, joyful place. But we gotta want that, and we gotta focus on that, and we gotta literally turn your backs on these lower chakras, because they don't matter. They're temporary. They're temporal. They're part of the body. And when you leave this body, this is going with you. Your crown, your words, and your heart. They're going with you. And these two, your words and your heart, are going to be witness against you. Because nobody will judge you but you. what you said, what you did, what you didn't do against your heart. And all that's going to be how you treated others. How you treated others, not how you dressed, not any of that, not any of the superficial crap we all worry about down here. But I would never want my videos to do this ever again. I want my videos to pick you up. I want to give you a perspective, a reason to be grateful. Not for me, for you. You want the world to change? Then change you. You change you, and the world around you automatically changes to accommodate the new you. But if you're down here, well, that's the new world you're going to get. But if you're up here, spinning these chakras, then you're going to manifest a wonderful, a much better world. A more stable one, a more calm one. One where you're not so distracted and information can flow to you. A more receptive one. And a much happier one. There's no happiness down here. There really isn't. I've known this from the get-go. That all that really matters is the heart chakra. And most of us have beaten down, battered, abused, neglected hearts. Because we're too busy down here struggling with life. And it's beating us up. I've walked the same roads you have. I'm not trying to condemn anybody. I'm trying to bring to your attention what's going on within us. And it's easy to tell what's coming. It's easy to tell what's coming by looking at the astrology. Where are our chakras at? What's going on with them right now? You find out where they're at, and if you're having a problem, the answer's across from it. It's the opposite. There's a planet spinning retrograde and giving you issues. This is where you find the answer. And it's alchemically. Again, I don't understand Western or Eastern astrology. And I'm not telling you it's wrong, because all things come in threes, and they have their purpose, just like the two pillars have their purpose, just like the two lower chakras have their purpose. But this place was created, that the angels, our chakras, the angels were supposed to serve us. And a third of them fell. And now we're serving them. We're serving our emotions, and we're serving our desires, and we're serving the empires, and we're serving our sexuality, and we're serving our ego. Ego. Alter ego. You got to go to the altar. Where's the altar? The heart. Freemasonry shows us the heart chakra is the altar. In the temple, in the lodge, and our heart chakras are torn between heaven and earth, between Libra and Taurus. How do I keep you up here? 99.9999999% of the videos on YouTube are all lower chakra videos. Why would you request me to do a video that would only trigger people here? You can get that anywhere. That's all over YouTube. Look over to the side, just click any one of those buttons. It's going to be something that's going to trigger these two. They're either, and it's all just superficial. And how many are you going to find that's going to bring you up here? We got to start somewhere. I'm starting with myself and my channel, and I'll ask you to do the same. It's like I tell you, get up every day. The first thing you should do is as many things as you can. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. Just the little things. It will change you. It's ritualistic. When you do something over and over and over again, it becomes a part of your life. That's how you learn to walk through the fire. That's how you learn to manifest. That's how you learn to focus. Because the chattering monkey, you have to tame it. The emotions, you got to put a leash on the dog. Your desires, your wants, you got to learn to tell yourself no. It's called self-control. That's what it takes down here. This is the self. You have me, your heart, myself down here, and I up here. Me, myself, and I. Because there's 3 of you. And there's 3 crosses. And there's 3 pillars and 3 sticks. And 3 of everything. 3 eyes. And we want to stay in the middle. To finish properly, so you're not redoing this again. Because this is what's happening. The Bible tells us that there are many in the valley of decision. There's just too many in the valley of decision. And they have to make a choice. And in this duality, it tries to push you to the left or to the right. No. That's not the way. It tries to make you choose here. That's not the way. Here's the way. Up. Up is the way. Keep your mind on heavenly things, on goodly things. Keep your tongue tamed. Don't let that evil fling out of your mouth. Because the only person you hurt when you do that is you. You're not hurting the people that, well, you can hurt the people that read it because you can trigger them. What you put out there. That's why I don't want to put out anything that would trigger you. I don't want you to be afraid. I don't want you, because it doesn't matter. As long as you stay in these upper chakras, when the time comes, and everybody's time eventually comes, when your test, when your time of visitation, your time of tribulation, or even your death, when it comes, if you're up here, you're going to be just fine. No worries. No worries. No need to worry. If you're down here, you're already worrying. You're already scared. You're already afraid. And really, what people truly fear is the unknown, what they don't know. Once you know, you're not afraid anymore. Once you know the boogeyman's not real, then you have no fear of the dark. Again, these are childhood, childish, kindergarten stuff. And we are children. I do believe that Pisces, the abyss, mutable water, has to be the lowest on the alchemical wheel. It's the lowest point. How do you get any deeper than the abyss? We are just children. We're just babes, and we don't understand anything. And everything that's being given to us for far longer than our lifetimes, it's being fed to us by this system, this beast system. It's all perverted. It's not even real. It's not even true. We can hardly begin to even know the truth. But it's funny that there are times in our lives when you get this divine help. And, you know, some call it you get the download. You just know. To me, I understand it as remembering. We just remember. You remember who you are. You remember the difference between right and wrong, between kindness and hate. You are the light. You are all these lights. Which one are you going to shine? You're all these. Which one are you going to shine? Which one's going to rule you? The thing is, you control all of these, and then you submit to the higher self, to the crown chakra. And that's when you get rid of Mercury, which is even reason. You got to let go of reason. And reason can tie itself down here to the root chakra really fast. Atheist. For the atheist peoples, they don't believe in any type of God, but they tend to be very lower chakra people. They tend to be bitter, angry, hostile, defensive. They like to push their ideology on others. It's really crazy. But you can just simply look at it. It's 100% lower chakra. And maybe that's the transmutation they need to go through. But if you're here on my channel, you're obviously not supposed to. If you're looking into this type of material, then you're trying to understand, you're trying to improve yourself, you're trying to educate yourself. And me, I want to go up here. Alright, I'm not going to drag this video out any longer. I do want to thank the couple people that have donated to this channel. There's only been a couple of you that have been donating on my videos. So I want you to know how much that means to me. And you are on top of my grateful list each morning. And I hope that blessing comes back to you. I won't call you out because I'll let what you do in secret, He rewards you openly. And this is just the way this place works. But again, you manifest your outside world. If these videos have helped you, please help me keep them coming to you. I know everybody's crap's really tight. Mine is too. I'm barely hanging on to keeping utilities turned on sometimes. And we've got winter coming, so I know that it's only going to get harder for everybody. But if we stay up here, we have a better chance of not manifesting lack down here. Because there is testing coming. There's tribulation and testing coming. And you can, to be preppers is to prepare for it down here. And that's not a bad thing. It's not. But to be prepared for it, you have to prep up here. And that takes practice. So, follow the link below. Take 2 hours and listen to the wonderful story of Henry Sugar, and you will get it. It's something you should probably listen to more than once. And commit that random act of kindness. That's another thing. Get up and be grateful. Commit your random act of kindness. Try to stay in the upper chakras. Nobody can tame you but you. I can just bring it to your attention as an observation, but it's up to you to identify within yourselves what's going on with you, and I will try to provide the tools that can help you to deal with that. And they're already given to us by nature. Everything's already built into the circle. It's complete within itself, and it is lacking nothing. It lacks nothing. It's not in error. We are in error. Currently, humanity is the error code in nature. And there's fixing to be a reckoning or a balancing of the scales because we're way off kilter. And whether it's Kabbalistically, hermetically, within Freemasonry, within religion, the balance is coming. It must balance itself out. And it will. Naturally. Now, the powers that be would like to control that. And the only way they can control you is by making sure they have you locked down here. If they have you locked, especially in this root chakra, they've got control of your heart, they've got control of your thoughts and your speech and your crown. Because you're living upside down. And it's time to turn it around. Alright, this channel is viewer supported. No ads, no commercials. I don't even ask you to like, share, and subscribe because those analytics mean nothing to this channel and it's not monetized. The people that you are led to share with, you will, without me telling you. Again, the analytics have no purpose for me. Those who are meant to be here will find their way here, and those who aren't, they won't stay very long. We're each on our own path, but I'm just trying to share with my little soul group. Those of you who are trying to do the right thing for yourself. We're so busy trying to fix everybody around us when we're the broken ones. If you find yourself trying to micromanage everybody around you, then truly you're the broken one. You need to check yourself. You need to really look at you. You get your natal chart, or you can just get today's chart. And where are those chakras at? And what does that mean? How does it affect you, and what can you do about it? And it's really, really simple. Earth, water, air, fire, fixed, mutable, cardinal. Going forward, going retrograde, are you stationary? And those things have very simple meanings. Now for me, it's just becoming part of my life. Like looking at the comments. They were almost putting off colors. Each comment, I could not only tell what chakra it was, but it was almost vaguely emitting a little color of that chakra. It's quite wild. I've got company right now. I'm going to try to get them to make a video with me because this is a friend of mine that has been a great part of my life for the last 3 years. We met when I first moved to Oklahoma in Colgate. And it's time we got together and done a video. And I guess we'll kind of do it in a podcast type format. And knowing the conversations we have, it could probably get a little long, but I am sure you will enjoy it, learn something from it. So get ready for that hopefully in the next week, if time permits. Alright, people, I love you all. And go bank your karma. You have no idea how important that is. And it keeps you up here. It's one of those things that will focus you and keep you up here. Getting up and being grateful. Committing the kindness whenever you can. And you change you, then your world's going to change. Then it won't be, the chaos happens down here. The chaos magic is all down here. That's why a lot of the chaos magic involves sexuality and or blood. Think about what I told you.